Jersey to the EO when I do this shit for real. Get guappin', it's my team, cause free life we will. On the grind, our time we need to reveal. Can't stop and knock it, it's our time, we take over the world. Damn, you the woman I really need. That's bringing me to my knees. That's buried within the seas. Cause if I wanna find you, I'm using a submarine. So I'll be the one when I lay you down and you tie your hair in that bun. And I want brighter days and no rainy days when I wake up under that sun.
If you love me now, would you think I let you down? If you love me now, would you think I let you down? If you love me now, would you think
What up, everybody? It's your boy Dre Luv, aka the King of Love, and I'm here rocking with Young Atlas.
And I always been there to hold you down, If you riding alone, looking down. Hey, yo,
Dre Luv, thank you for sitting down with us today. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
So I wanted to first, since the video topic is coming up, Dre Luv, the name, can you explain how you came up with that?
I got the name Dre Luv from my security guard named Mr. Kenny. We just call him Mr. Kenny. So I went to North 13th Street Tech in Newark, and he would always see me around with like different girls, you know, like no matter who it was. He would be like, Dre Luv, you love them all. Short, big, tall, skinny, big, you love them all.
Yeah.
So he just said, Dre Luv. And then, because originally my stage name was Mr. Williams, but then when he said Dre Luv, I said, huh. I was like, yeah, that's the one.
Word. So, so you were doing the music thing when? When did you start getting into music?
Well, shout out Mr. Kenny.
Shout out to Mr. Kenny.
I got into music, well, I was a poet first.
Okay.
So I was a poet in grade school. And then as soon as I graduated grade school, I went off to Campus 9. And I got inspired by Drake by listening to Fear, The Resistance, and Fireworks were the 3 songs that inspired me. So as I heard those songs, I would have it on repeat like all the time. And then I just decided to turn my poetry into raps. And that's how it kind of all started. So I started making music when I was about like 15 years old.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, that's what's up. And I know and we were talking about it a little off camera, like there's more than just the music. Like you have a message, you have something you really stand by. And I wanted to, in the beginning of the interview, to like talk about that, and then we can break down like what's behind, how you kind of got there. So what's the message you want people to know about you, about your story? Like what are you trying to get out there?
The main thing I'm trying to get out there is love, L-U-V. That's lust, unconditional vows.
Right.
So that's the 3 elements of love. And that I believe, what are the 3 elements of love? You got lust. It doesn't have to be physical, but you can have a lust for love. Unconditional, like I say, I probably say this like all the time, like if you shave your hair off, would you still love me the same way? Or unconditional could be like, when people break up, they just break up and move on. They never loved each other unconditionally, and promises were made to be broken, but a vow is a covenant. So the main message that I'm really trying to put out into the world, into the universe, is I'm trying to rebrand love. Scratch out L-O-V-E. Because people throw L-O-V-E around like it's I like you. Like, yeah, I like her. But now you get into it, you get involved with somebody, you automatically say you love them. What I'm trying to do is scratch out L-O-V-E and give people in the new generation, the kids who's coming up, a fighting chance to really understand what love is, and for people to say, oh, okay, break it down into a way where, you have lust after that person who you're involved with. Only that person. You love them unconditionally and you make vows to them. And everything is a covenant, and those are the 3 elements. So I just really want the new generation, like the kids who's in kindergarten, 1st grade, who's gonna watch me. I really want them to understand or have, a depiction of what love really is.
Right.
Because it was a point where if Drake said, go to school with your shirt off, I was probably gonna go to school naked. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the kind of influence that one day I'm gonna have.
Yeah.
So if I can do that and I can touch the kids and to the youth, we may have a fighting chance of people really understanding what love is and having a really good relationship. Because I believe that nowadays people don't even love each other. You talk to a girl, you talk to a guy, in 24 hours they go ghost on you.
Yeah.
So that's really the message.
And like I think that's it's a good timing to get that message across because of the day and age and the time we're living in, because I feel like because of social media and so much access to connecting with other people, like people can sometimes take those interactions and connections for granted, right? And like you just said, like love is, it's not as, I feel like the commitment level is not at what it used to be, and people are too quick to say, oh, I love you. And, you know, if you're going to say that, it has to be some real meaning behind it. You know, do you kind of agree with the time we're in? You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah, like that there's a lot of people that are, are you in a relationship at the moment?
No, I'm not in a relationship.
Right.
100% single.
And I would say it would make sense, and it doesn't make sense at the same time, because it's like if you were to be in a relationship, it's a different level of commitment, and I feel like that's important, you know,
for sure.
People to understand. And that's good that you want to be that role model. So let's jump into the music now. How are you through the music trying to get that message across?
By being myself.
Okay.
Sound like a cliche. I'm trying to put that into the music by, you know, being very explicit in certain content. I talk about love all the time in my music, you know, like even in my songs, it has a drop called like You're the King of Love. So what I'm really trying to do is just capture people's attention. The music is just really a tool just to capture people's attention.
Right.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
You know, and I try to make it the best way possible for the music to be amazing and versatile. So now it's more like, okay, cool, I have a brand. The whole thing behind the music, at first I was all about the music, but it's not anymore. You know, now it's like, oh, hey, the music is good. Look this way. Okay, cool. I like the way how his music sound. It's really different. I like this guy. Then they're going to automatically shift into the brand. Okay, what does this crown and heart mean? You know, and now that I got your attention, now I have the focus on the brand now.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Because automatically, you know, I don't want to be a music artist forever.
Yeah. What are some of your bigger outside goals, you know? Not bigger, but different paths that you're interested in?
Being a mogul.
Okay.
Definitely being a mogul, going into acting, starting up a film company.
Nice.
You know, to give people an opportunity and a chance, you know, because I've been in a situation where, you know, record labels and producers told me that I'm not good enough or you don't have 100,000 followers. So the main thing for me is to create opportunities for everybody in all avenues, in all ages.
Okay.
Because there are also people who are in their 30s and 40s who can really sing and who can really act, but never had the chance to do it.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm really pushing for and striving for.
And like those people that are in their 30s, 40s, people that are interested in getting into the music business, like, do you think there's an imbalance now? Because like you said, with the 100,000 followers, right? Like, meaning like I feel like it used to be like, let's say 5-10 years ago, it was like, I don't know, 40% talent, like 60% marketing.
Right.
Now I feel like it's like 5% talent, 95% marketing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, do you kind of see where we're going with things? Like, I feel like artist development is like kind of gone downhill. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta, like, the artists are coming to the label with the whole package already. You know, like, what are your thoughts on artist development? How the business is changing since you're coming from a mogul perspective too?
With artist development, it should really be about developing the sound of an artist. How are you sonically? How am I going to say, okay, this artist sounds great on this kind of beats? You know, he's spreading this kind of message. Where, you know, what is his or her market? You get what I'm saying? It shouldn't be so much about just selling you an image. Yes, of course, if you have an artist from a mogul's perspective, if I have an artist, my biggest thing is trying to make every boy and girl be just like this person. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But what's lacking is the music, because there's too many of them that's coming in. Yeah, you got the image, it's cool. Nowadays, it's so easy just to take somebody and make you look good, but the music is not hitting hard enough. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And before you know it, the music is not there and people move on. But if the music is solid, then people will keep coming back.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because it's easy to take another girl and put her, another pretty, whatever race she is, and give her makeup and all this other kind of stuff and put her on BET and boom, she's the new hottest thing now.
Yeah.
Now everybody's going crazy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's easy to do that, but where's the music?
Right.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
Because they come in and then it's like, okay, he's kind of cool, but then when somebody who comes in who has real artist development behind them and an image, like Summer Walker, you know what I'm saying? She has an image, but God, she can sing. Music is, her melodies, everything's on point. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Totally.
So it's something has to change.
Yeah, and I mean, there's still exceptions to the rule. Like I think what Quality Control did with developing their artists, I think they did a great job with it as a recent example of a label that's been kind of doing it differently. Like I feel like Quality Control does it their own way, and they're running a marathon, not sprinting.
Yeah.
And you could understand why. Like they're not owned by a completely huge corporate company that doesn't know. Like they know their artists. They're developing a real thing. Like Lil Baby could have easily got on one of Migos' tracks real early in his career, but they developed Lil Baby's sound, and now he's a bigger star. And like you just said, I think you hit it on the nail on the head. It's about developing a sound, and I feel like that's what's kind of missing. Now it's like a bunch of gimmicks, but that's not gonna give you a 10, 20, 30-year career. That's gonna give you, that's a recipe to burn out. You know what I mean?
It's you'll die out easy.
Yeah.
It's easy to sound like everybody else because the thing is that everybody sounds like everybody now.
Yeah.
Like Tory Lanez type beat or Lil Baby type beat, and everybody's in the studio singing and rapping with auto-tune and sounding the same, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, all right.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's getting to the point now where you can look at an artist and say, okay, you can look at him and you say, oh, you make music, and you automatically know what kind of music that artist makes just by looking at him.
Yeah.
That's how bad it's getting nowadays.
Right, for sure. And because of the lack of, let's say, artist development, like we're talking about, like what are some things that you would want to really do as a label owner? What are some things? Are there some other artists you're working with now you want to start working with?
Well, one of them is for what I would do is as a label owner, what I would do is first get them into the studio. Understand, okay, what moves you? Who are you as a person? So they have to figure out who they are as a person, and then how can we translate that into the music? So that's going to determine like what kind of beats they use, what kind of melodies they use, and the feeling of the music that they're trying to get into. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, we have to work on songwriting and structure. You know what I'm saying? I can't teach you how to paint your picture, but let's just have, you can do things your own way, but let's have like the verse, the chorus, or whatever the case is. Learning song structure and lyrics, you get what I'm saying, and melody and flow, and having them being comfortable in the studio. And most important, the delivery is everything. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to be like the best rapper, but it's all about how you deliver it. Like I heard an old high school friend of mine. He said, Tupac wasn't the greatest lyricist, but his delivery was everything. Yeah. So like Tupac would say, if he said, all I wanted was some cheese on it.
Yeah.
You'd be like, damn, I really want some cheese right now.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so that's what I would do. Like your delivery, developing their image. You know what I'm saying? It's not so much about the clothes that they wear, but how do you carry yourself?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? How am I going to make every other child in America or around the universe want to be like you? You get what I'm saying? Where everybody is trying to mimic you.
Yeah.
And as soon as y'all can do that, then it's like, yeah, we hit the nail on the head. And then the marketing and everything else is just easy.
Right.
But it's just...
Yeah, and like what you're saying, and that takes time, and that's the problem with the industry, is that these labels like Atlantic, they're run by huge billionaire companies that have no idea who these artists are. It's more of a dollar sign. So they're not going to take the time when it's like, we can find this guy who already has a fan base and he's bringing the packages there, so we don't have to do that investment. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I think if you have that, if you really care about value and building artists, it's a recipe for success, you know?
True.
Like that's why those independents like Quality Control and, you know, even Hybrid, for example,
Hybrid,
like, you know, like you see these startups now that I think are going to become more and more successful, you know, because the industry is changing rapidly, like
very fast,
you know. So it's like there's a lot of opportunity I see in the music business now. What do you think about the climate of things?
The way how I feel about the climate of things are, you don't need a label anymore. You honestly don't.
Yeah.
Now we have Spotify, Apple Music. Now, for example, I posted up my music up on Apple Music and Spotify now, and the streams that I've been getting are amazing. People are just saying, oh, how can I find your music? Click, 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 download. I was at work, and a girl who likes my music, and I told her I make music, she walked up to me, she said, hey, I found your album. Click, click, and downloaded it right into her library. She said, I'm gonna listen to it later, walked off. It's that easy now.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't have to run to the biggest DJ in New York City or California or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can literally just market it the right way. Go on Instagram, pay a couple dollars for somebody to repost your stuff, and now you have people from all over the country and all over the world following you, and boom. You know what I'm saying? Before you know it, each one tells one is word of mouth.
Yeah,
you know?
Direct to consumer, man.
That's it, straight to them.
Yeah, it's right there. I mean, I think it's like with that access, you gotta figure out how to also be different and have a message, and that's why I think it's great we got to sit down, because it's like you also have a really precise message that you're trying to, you know, portray and get out there, which means, you know, substance that needs to be there. Like it can't just be, I have a Bentley and champagne and I sip a bunch of lean. Like that's cool, it might be a hit, but how are you gonna grow a fan base like that if it's not all relatable? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's really important. And I don't want to forget this question, because you were talking about the film industry, and I asked someone this who I had the pleasure of interviewing, and they were interested in making films, and I was like, if you had a nice budget, do you have an idea of a movie you would like to make, maybe some actors, like kind of the lane you would go with in terms of production?
For movies?
I know it's kind of random, but I wanted to just get an idea about it, you know?
It would have to be acting, and it would have to be about comedy and action.
Okay.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Those are the genres you'd like to hit?
Comedy and action, preferably action.
Gotcha.
You know, I really like the whole jumping out of a building and shooting and all that kind of thrill, you know what I'm saying?
Liam Neeson stuff.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm really going for.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit about your upbringing. You're from Newark, New Jersey?
East Orange.
East Orange. Okay, so I went to Rutgers, Newark. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you're right there.
Yeah, right there. And you work. Where do you work? You work in New York?
I work in Newark.
You work in Newark. So you're primarily in Jersey.
Yeah.
Do you see? And you come to the city, I'm sure, frequently. Do you see like some differences in the sound and the music scene? You know, because there is a dope culture in Jersey when I was there. You know.
Yes. Jersey does have its own little culture.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying? They do have, and when I say they, because I'm not really, I'm from Jersey, but I'm not really a Jersey artist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't consider myself a Jersey artist at all.
Right.
You know, and that's not any disrespect or anything. I'm just like kind of different, like sonically.
For sure.
But, you know, from like Newark, from like Jersey and New York, you know, Jersey has their like, their club, you know, like the club sound, the Jersey club, and New York has their own, you know, like raw, you know, gritty sound. You get what I'm saying? So New York is like strictly like, they're like the roots of all of this.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
For sure.
And the foundation, you know, but as like opposed of like, for me personally, I don't sound like a Jersey artist. I really don't.
Yeah.
You know, and I've had people message me and ask me, they say, where are you from? I said I'm from Jersey. They was like, yo, you don't sound like a Jersey artist.
Yeah.
You know, like I do pop. There's like, I don't know anybody in Jersey who's really doing like pop and funk.
Yeah.
And you know, that kind of like stuff. So when I get around like Jersey artists, like I really kind of feel like out of place. Because I don't really think like Jersey rocks, and I love Jersey. You know what I'm saying? This is my home, but I don't think Jersey really rocks with me at the moment.
I got you. Yeah, because and that's, but it's not in a bad way. It's just like you're not boxing yourself in.
You know, I don't think they're just ready to accept my sound yet.
Right.
So I think my sound is something that's gonna have to go overseas and then come back for them to kind of really get it.
For sure.
You know, and which is cool.
Yeah,
You know,
there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with
it. A lot of people have had success doing that.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. That's for sure.
And it's like anything in life. Sometimes they just want to see, oh, okay, it's got a credible amount of success somewhere, and now they'll buy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's a very copycat culture.
Very. It's more like that pretty girl who you were chasing the whole time. She doesn't give you any play. Yeah. But then when you go to another girl who's prettier than her, now she's like, oh, well.
Right, exactly.
Let me, you know, I kind of want him too. Why is she?
Yeah, people want what they can't have.
Yeah, you know,
exactly. Yeah.
You know, so.
100%. And let's talk a little bit about like some of your future goals. What I know it's February, but still early in 2020. Mm-hmm. What are some goals you have coming up for this year?
Just release a lot of music videos.
Yeah.
Do a lot of shows, press runs, music videos, collaborations. Finish up the album. I just dropped Lust, the first section of the trilogy album. So it's Love Trilogy. So it's Lust, Unconditional Vows, like my record label and what I stand for. So Lust just dropped on Valentine's Day. You know, that's why I got the pink on. Nice. And then Unconditional is dropping in the summertime, and then Vows is gonna drop on my birthday. And that'll be the whole trilogy album. And the reason why I'm doing this is that Love and the Love Trilogy album, this is my legacy. This is my legacy, you know, and this is the reason why I take this album so serious. Mm. It's my legacy. This is what I'm gonna leave behind for people to understand me or what love was, you know what I'm saying? And that's my brand, you know what I'm saying? So God forbid if I'm no longer here, you know what I'm saying, people will appreciate it and be like, oh, okay, you know, that was that kid, that was that guy, or, you know, who really defined what love really was, and he left his mark on the universe.
Nah, I respect that. That's what you got to do. You know, mm-hmm. you gotta hustle for that legacy. You know, it's a marathon, as they say.
Yeah, I'm chasing legacy, man.
Yeah, for sure. And then I wanted to also ask in terms of just like other artists maybe watching this interview, like you've been doing your thing and you've been consistent and working hard. Like, what are some tips that you would have for other people that are trying to create their own music?
The tips I would make for other artists for creating their own music is, or anything that you want to do, is own your stuff. Be your own self. Don't dick ride, excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? Don't dick ride. Don't worry about the next man who's on. Don't worry about trying to please record producers or label owners. Start your own. Learn your independence. You get what I'm saying? Love yourself. Be independent. Don't depend on anybody. You know what I'm saying? Start your own LLC. Start your own record label. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be as big as Drake to start your own label, to do your own thing. You get what I'm saying? Start your own, file your taxes on it. Learn ownership. You get what I'm saying? Have that feeling that you could wake up in the morning and just say, I have my own. You get what I'm saying? And build from there. You know, don't, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like I said, you know, I see too many people running around, you know, trying to dick ride Fat Boy, everybody in Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Be yourself. You get what I'm saying? Love yourself. You know what I'm saying? When you get to that level, then you can collaborate with the people who's really made it. You get what I'm saying? Have your own. You know what I'm saying? Be self-sufficient. You know what I'm saying? Be dependent on yourself. Do, like Tupac said, do self for self by yourself, and you'll be set. And that's my greatest advice to them.
I like that. Ed, I think like we were just talking about, it's it's a social media time, so that's like a gift and a curse, where it's like, I feel like people, especially artists, they give up too easily if they don't have that instant validation. Like, all right, you might have only been an artist for a year, and just because you don't have a huge fan base, you're like, all right, let me look for a label or something. But it still takes years to develop. Like, a lot of like what you hear, those overnight successes, like that's just clickbait. That's not normally how it goes down. I'm not trying to be negative, but being realistic. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Like,
Agreed.
I feel like people have this false idea of what this music business is like. It's just like anything. It takes a lot of hard work and sacrifice, you know?
It does. Like, what people don't, and I agree with that, and what people don't realize is that, you know, I have friends who just started making music, and they automatically think that they're entitled to, you know, for people to sell out 1,000 tickets, and you just started rapping or making music like 6 months ago or a year ago. People don't realize that this stuff really takes time. You know what I'm saying? People are like, artists are really coming up, trying to do low blows and do anything they can just to get on. It's like, bro, what happened to the days of just working, praying, you get what I'm saying, saving your money, investing into yourself? Everybody just decides to say, oh yeah, I rap today, I make music. Yeah, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that. Like, hold on, my G, like, build first. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Know who you are first. Build. Why not do that?
Right.
Everybody just wants to get up and just be on a Drake level by tomorrow morning, or think that you just started making music and you automatically think you're in the same competition or in the same bracket as the talented guys who's been doing this for years.
Seriously.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know way too many people like that. It's like, bro, you just started making music. Or sis, you just started making music. Take your time. Don't think that you're gonna get into this game. You just started rapping or started making music and think that you're automatically on a Dre Luv's level. You can compete with me. Or better yet, you think that, oh, when I blow up, I'm on a Tory Lanez level. Like, pause. You know what I'm saying? Work your way up. Be humble. Step by step. You know what I'm saying? And when I've done that, I remember I was doing the same thing too. I want to make it. I want to be here. But when God, through the grace of God, when he really, you know, gave me my path, I realized that the journey is a lot better than the destination. Because, like, had I would have never got denied by the labels, by the producers, I would have never decided to say, hey, I'm gonna start my own. You know what? Forget it. And me doing that was the greatest thing that I have ever done in my life, man. I don't regret it.
Yeah, and that builds, and that's even like, you know, you'll be successful in life if you have that attitude, but like that stuff builds character, man. You know, it could be in any industry, anything you want to do in life. You wouldn't really know how much you love it until you get like knocked down a bunch of times, and it's like, all right, like I'm still doing this. Like, that's why I think when people say, oh, you have to be passionate about what you do. Yeah, it's very cliche, but it is true, because it's like you would give up otherwise, because it's that fucking hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, and especially in this industry, and I feel like people just need to be realistic with themselves. Like, all right, if you want to be at that Drake level, that's great. There's nothing wrong with any dreams, but still be realistic and say, am I willing to put in 10 years of maybe working 6-7 hours a day on this craft to get to that level? And if you're able to answer that question, then it's like, all right. But people have the audacity to say these wild things and don't do any research on what these people have sacrificed and done to get there, you know?
Yeah, like, in all honesty, one thing I really want to be real with you about right now is that ever since I became a musician, bro, my life has been great, but it's been chaos. Mm-hmm. Like, people don't realize that you have people that attack your dreams. You know what I'm saying? You can't even have a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? You can't have a girlfriend, not by choice, but because women are intimidated by you, or, you know, people automatically just put the stigma on you, like, oh, you're cocky, you're arrogant. You get what I'm saying? And being a musician is a very, you know, or acting, whatever you're doing, it's a very hard thing to do, because you're really taking on people, you know, jealousy. You gotta deal with jealousy. You gotta watch the people who you're around. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't your friend no more. You lose friends. As soon as you start gaining success or you start doing things, you lose friends. You know what I'm saying? People don't want to see you succeed. Like, ever since I started making music, I have never met so many people who wanted me dead. You know what I'm saying? And what's crazy, and here's a realest thing that I'm gonna tell you. People can see the talent and where you're gonna go before you can even get there. You get what I'm saying? And that's the thing that people don't realize. Like, oh yeah, you wanna make music? We know that he's talented and he's working hard. He's gonna make it one day. What can we do to sabotage him? People know your dreams. That's the reason why in the Bible it says that the devil knows your plans. You get what I'm saying? He already knows. He already peeked into the book before God kicked him out of heaven. He knows your plans and he knows exactly where you're gonna go, and you have to be careful. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When you're chasing your dreams, it is a very, it's a different lifestyle. No, you know what I'm saying? It's either life or death, and just gotta be careful about every move you make and the people who you're around. You're gonna lose so much.
And that's why, like, you see a lot of successful people, like, they got the same crew for the last, like, 10, 12 years. They've been chilling with the same people. It's a small, tight-knit, you know, you don't see the big entourages. Sometimes, of course, there are cases, but that's usually because you need to find those people that are reliable, consistent, and understand you, you know, that are like, yo, he hasn't talked to me in 2 years, but that's good. That means he's working hard. He's doing his thing. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what people don't understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? And R.I.P. to Kobe Bryant. He would say that all the time. Like, I would have great friends who would understand. Like, that's just Kobe, because he's working hard. He's trying to win championships. He might not have time to come to the barbecue this Sunday. You know,
not at all. You know, shout out to Mamba. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Mamba. That's a dope tap, man.
Man, Mamba. You know what I'm saying? Mamba mentality.
The real inspiration. Yeah.
You know, Mamba mentality. It's all about sacrifice. You know, like, I wish I see everybody on Instagram posting of them traveling around the world, going to Dubai and Rome. Yeah. But then here I am talking to a director about to drop $4,000, $5,000 on a music video. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I have the money to go travel just like everybody else. But I'm sacrificing buying those new Jordans, going traveling around the world to drop $5,000 on a music video. That's an investment. That's commitment.
Hell yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
It's fucking rent.
That's rent. That's like probably 2 months. 2 months worth of rent, depending on where you live in. Yeah. I'm willing to sacrifice that. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes I wear the same sneakers, Nike Roshis, for a whole year.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I hear you.
And
it's real, man.
You know, get different color hoodies, buy 3 pairs of jeans, and keep it pushing. But I know for a fact that when I drop that music video, it's gonna be nice. Yeah. It's gonna be worth it. But it's all about sacrifice. How bad do you want this?
Right, exactly. And really, once you have like that mentality, you can pick up on other people that have it, and you'll be able to see that energy. Mm-hmm. You already build up a bullshit detector. Yeah. All those times that, you know, all the struggle that you go through, it builds up, like, you know when it's real and not. And then also what it builds up, I think, is like that no matter what mentality that I think you have, and grit, where it's like, it's not like if, it's just when, you know what I mean? Right. And then that's an important difference to have. It's like, I'm gonna get there or die. There's no in between, you know what I'm saying? And like, once you have that, you're good, you know. But like, not many people have that, or if it was easy, everyone would be doing it.
Everybody would be doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree. I put myself in a situation. I said, look, one day I'm gonna be on my deathbed. Did I do everything that I wanted to do?
Right.
But it's not so much about that. What's really more about it is that all of my ex-girlfriends and everybody who said I couldn't do it, most importantly, my ex, you know, especially one in particular, I won't let what she said to be my reality. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. There's life and death in the power of the tongue. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So I won't let what they said about me be my reality, and that's the reason why I work hard.
You mind sharing what they said? This could be a great one, you know.
My ex-girlfriend, Sin.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Shouted her out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Put her on blast, man.
Yeah, my ex-girlfriend, Sin.
Yep.
How you doing, baby girl? Yeah, doing great, baby. So I'll never forget, we were in the car at Livingston Mall in Jersey, and she looked at me and she told me, "You're nothing, you never will be anything. You are what I say you are."
Yeah.
And from that moment, she said that to me, that broke me. And what she did on top of that was that emptied out my bank account, cheated on me the whole time, and called me on my birthday just to tell me, on my 22nd birthday, just to tell me that she's moved, like I have a new boyfriend now. And for 3 years straight, never heard anything from her. And that was that was something that ate me alive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How somebody could put you in the dirt and bury you.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
100%.
That's what, and that was back to what I was saying, how people will try to sabotage you. You know what I'm saying? Chasing your dreams is hard.
Yeah.
So she literally, and I'll give it a, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she did manage to, you know, give me a little blemish, but through the grace of God, I bounced back.
Right.
Better than ever.
Of course.
You get what I'm saying? And I can honestly say that, yeah, I haven't spoken to her or anything in 3 years, but I know for a fact that I'm doing way better than her.
Yeah.
And everybody in her whole family.
And I think it's about using it
Throwing
as
shade.
using that as fuel, you know.
Yeah, I use that as fuel every day.
And I also think, you know, I'm a little older than you, and I've had some situations like that too. But I try and have as much empathy to those situations as possible, because it's like that can be so like devilish and bad things. Why? What does that gain from someone? But it also means like you have to look. That's a broken person. You know what I mean? If they're trying to break someone else for no real reason, that is a significant other. It's like you have to. There's something fucked up there. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
And like that's it's more like I kind of pity that person rather than take it.
Right.
You know, once you kind of grow older, you learn that. You know what I mean? Like instead of, I don't so much take this to heart. I might at the moment, but it's more like, damn, that person was that messed up to like bring over that energy to someone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like other people, it just doesn't make sense. You know?
It was a very abusive relationship with that one too.
It sounds like it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like she would physically like hit me. So not only that, it like broke me down mentally, physically, and spiritually. So I moved on from the situation. I moved on and I'm happy. You know what I'm saying?
Build character from it.
I've learned, and I'm blessed and I'm grateful that she's done that.
Yeah.
Because now when I wake up every morning, I'm like, how can I better myself as a person? What can I do that I'm gonna make it? My biggest thing is like, look, man, whatever she said to you and everybody else, you know, I'm not just gonna single her out too much, but it's like, yo, man, get up, grind, do it.
Yeah.
So that one day, when you walk across that stage, getting your award at the Grammys, you're going platinum. It's like, man, I made it. So now when they see you on TV, they're like, oh shit.
So let's fast forward to that moment. Let's manifest it. What would you say if you're on the stage, you just won Best Album, it's at the Grammys? Give me your speech real quick. Like what are some thoughts you would like to get out there?
My speech would be, I want to dedicate this award to my sweet ex-girlfriend, Sin. Thank you so much. Your kids, your great-grandkids, and everybody in your whole family will know what you've done to inspire one of the greatest albums that has ever came out to be. And that's what I would do. And I would say thank you.
Yeah. No, that's real. That's
I would say thank you.
Keep that fuel going, and keep proving people wrong, but always prove yourself right and make that a priority. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, and you know you're going to be successful because you keep. And I know it because it's tough starting a company or anything. Yeah. Like you got to keep swinging, and it's not there's no sexy solution to it. It's just like keep getting up, keep working. You know what I mean? Like through all those times. But I wanted to end with a question I like to ask. It's in terms of what you've learned now. Like, what is some of the biggest lessons you've had? Like, that the music industry, entertainment, going for your dreams has taught you so far?
What was the biggest thing I've learned?
Yeah, what are some of the biggest, like, it doesn't have to be one specific thing, but like what resonates?
Nobody's authentic. The biggest thing I've learned in this industry is that nobody's authentic. Everybody's out for themselves. Nobody has your best interest. Nobody cares about you. The only thing you can do, what I've really learned is you have to care about yourself and love yourself. Protect yourself. keep your guard up and understand that everything is business. Do not do anything without a contract. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be a friend, girlfriend, best friend, whoever rap, whatever the case is in this industry, whoever you're doing business with. Don't do anything without a contract. You get what I'm saying? Make sure that separate business from pleasure. You know what I'm saying? What I've also learned is that be humble. Be very humble. When you're humble, when you're humble and you have a lot of humility, it will take you all the way to Pluto and back, all the way to the Milky Way, to the next time, space, and continuum, to the next universe and back. It'll show, you know what I'm saying? It will help you out in the long run. And what I've also learned is, honestly, just love yourself. Love yourself. Self-love is the best love. Besides all this other love and loving somebody else, self-love is the best love. Once you learn to love yourself, not in a cocky or arrogant way, but when you truly love yourself and you can wake up and say, man, I look good, congratulations. You know what I'm saying? And you encourage yourself, I think you're gonna be all right.
I love it. Very, very, very important resonation, important message. I really appreciate sitting down with you. I know you're going to be super successful. You are already, you're already getting a message out there, so that's great. Look forward to talking to you again soon, man. This was a pleasure sitting down with you today.
Man, it's an honor. Thank you. Thank you, Young Atlas. Much love.
It's a wrap.
Say nothing that's better than you found. And I always been there to hold you down. If you riding alone, who's looking out?